LAN cable failure, bruv.
Tifa, come on.
Is it her in the live stream, or is it... What is it?
I have to admit, you were quite the man. Who, me? I guess not. Anyway, you haven't seen Viceroy Saruf, have you? He failed to show at an important event. Made us look like fools.
Maybe he wouldn't have, if you'd spent some money on that set.
Ah, you're probably right. Rich kids do like things just so. Still got results, though, even without him. Resistance elements are more fired up than ever.
You know, Glenn, I'm on to you. This war is nothing but a ploy to distract me from Sephiroth.
How very astute. Regardless, the plan is already in motion. Our promised land will become reality. Our father's dream, accomplished by his son.
I want the real thing, not some imitation.
But an imitation's all you deserve. Just like old times.
Damn. Oh no.
Did I? Nah, I couldn't have dreamt that. It all felt way too real.
The flowers are better.
Just as worlds unite, so too do they part. But who's to say they can't unite again?
Nibelheim. Hmm.
Can you not raise it just a wee bit higher?
Screw you, cat. How's this? Oh, shit.
Nice catch.
So, what Aerith actually do anyway? Well? And with that, we are cleared for takeoff.
Finally.
It's not fair.
Aerith?
Hmm.
The hell?
What?
The reunion.
Oh no.
You coming or what?
Yeah. One sec.
Huh? What? I don't know, you could just fucking fuse it to your fucking buster sword. What?
You have to promise not to look up.
Don't look up.
Oh.
Well, now I gotta look.
He doesn't see it.
Fine, but don't let it get to you.
Don't let what get to me.
It's not real. Just an illusion. Now let's go get Sephiroth. He's hiding up north.
North.
Trust me, he is. Soldier's intuition.
Oh, yeah? Better hope you're right.
All right, fine. We trust you. Just remember, we got everything riding on this. And that's a load you'd best be ready to carry.
Hmm.
No heavy loads. We're close to capacity as it is.
Don't worry about me. I can handle it.
Damn, she's just not looking.
Take care.
You gonna be okay getting back?
And if I said I wasn't? Don't worry. It's like a second home.
guess. But what if something happens?
Then I'll send up smoke.
Thanks. I'll keep an eye out.
I'll put everything I've got into my prayers. I'll stop the meteor. And I'll leave the rest to you. Good luck.
Aerith, I will stop Sephiroth. Trust me.
You promise?
Promise.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Goodbye.
No promises await at journey's end. Oh my god. Oh, fuck.
Just let this get copywritten. Oh. What a game.
I haven't 100%ed it. I will. Fucking hell, what a game. We played as Zack twice and it was probably the best time. He's got such a... They need to make more playable Zack, man. That's such a... Like, I feel like the charges, they take way too long. To even attempt to do High Braver, you'd have to stay in that little portal thing and just pray and just charge. And it... I wish it didn't, like, run out. Wish it wouldn't, like, count down. That's the only thing I have about his combat. Soldier's Honor. United as one. Dude, that ending was insane. Part of that was like, I looked at it and I was like, is she dead? Is she not dead? So I'm assuming like that entire thing of just like him like deflecting the sword just didn't happen. Even though we thought it would, thought he did. She got hit. Oh, what was this game? What is this game? Copyright me. Copyright strike me. Take away my monetization as if I've got any. Oh my god. Jesus. Oh. Jesus, man. What a game. Jesus Christ. Oh my days. The story. Sick. Faithful with some changes. Or not faithful, but faithful to remakes. Oh, I don't know. It's so weird because, like, you're thinking, like, the whole mystery, or at least like the interpreted mystery, is just Zack's world. Like, what is his world? Is it different Zacks that we see? Like, he traverses through nonsense. Biggs is brought back only to die. Like, Wedge gets pushed out the window in the last game. They confirm his death this game. Like, Cloud learns truths early, and yet he sort of ends up in the exact same position. Like, he learns about Zack way earlier than he should. And yet, whoever gives him, or like alters his memories, whether it's the Jenova cells inside him, whether it's like the Jenova's will to keep him like aloof in some aspects, he is like, I think they take away a lot. Like, Jenova takes a lot or more away from him to keep him sort of on the level as he should be when they leave the temple. But like, this Cloud, I feel like this Cloud leaves off worse off than the original, because I don't know what it is at the end of the game where he's like talking to like the spirit of Aerith or whatnot, but he's not either. That's his his coping mechanism. He thinks he's there, or she is there, and only he can see him. Like, only he can see the distortion in the sky, and yet the others can't. And everyone else is thinking he's batshit crazy now. Like, and it's like either he's mourning or he isn't. Like, he isn't even fussed that Aerith like died, or at least he thinks she's still alive. But it's like her journey ends there or whatnot. Like, does he think that she'll continue just stay praying at the temple? And the fact that she says, "I'll stop Meteor," it's almost like inside his head, or she knows he's gonna give the Black Materia to Sephiroth. And it's like, what's the Sephiroth that we've been fighting? Like, obviously, it's like, I assume at this point it's like Jenova, like the Jenova pieces, and like just Sephiroth's will and whatnot. But part of it is just like, I don't know, it's a bit iffy, because at least with the Ultimanian remake, the last Sephiroth we see in remake it's like a different Sephiroth from the rest. Like, he's like slightly different compared to like Genova's will or whatnot. He's sort of acting on his own. Like, that's what at least what remake insinuates from the whole thing. And yet we don't know what the last Sephiroth that we see here. Like, yeah, it's like Jenova, that's why we fight like Jenova Life Clinger. But then we also fight Sephiroth with Aerith, and just Aerith in like the white world. Like, what is that Sephiroth? Is that like, I don't know, because in the original, like, just before Rebirth, I always thought, like, is this like the second Sephiroth, like, separate from the Sephiroth that's in the crater? Or is that an embodiment of his will, and he just has memories, like, backlogged to him? Like, what is this game? I'm confused about the story. I'll have to replay. I'll have to look at some interviews, or like some people, like other people discussing it. I want to see what they depict from like Zack and his involvement, from him like slipping in and out of the fucking live stream or the white world, coming to help Cloud. Fuck it. Oh my god. I'm confused, but yeah. So we haven't even seen the other weapons. We've only seen the 2 weapons that were introduced in this game. So we're gonna see Diamond, Sapphire, Emerald, Ruby next game. We're gonna fight Hojo next game. Hopefully there's the Midgard raid, because usually some people say like you can skip it. That's probably gonna be a more a more unskippable thing. So you're gonna fight Hojo. We're gonna fight first class soldiers. We're gonna do a lot. We're gonna beat Hojo. We're gonna beat Sephiroth, or we might not. We hopefully will. We're gonna go through Wutai. We're gonna go through everything. The rest of after. So we're gonna go to the North Crater. We're gonna go through the icicle, like the icicle stuff in the fucking the mountains. Wutai. What else is there? Going back to Midgar. The weapons. The ancient forest. Going back to Cosmo Canyon. What else is there? There's Medill. There's his memories. There's Cloud's memories after Medill, or during Medill. Ultimate weapon. I also forgot that weapon as well. Fucking hell. Is there any other major plot beats after the Forgotten Capital? Because after the Forgotten Capital, there's also, when did you get the High Wind? There's also the fact that we haven't gone to Rocket Town yet either. Or if they like taken Rocket Town out of the game. Because then there's that, and then there's the big materia, obviously, or the Magnus materia. I don't know if they're like the Magnus materia is the weapons themselves or whatnot, but it's strange, man. What's going on with this game? This game, I've waited for this game since the end of Remake, when they said they'll continue the journey. I'm not disappointed. There are some things where I'm like, kind of wish it was like Roche. I'm not satisfied with the way they ended Roche. Like, I do believe you could, like, part of me feels like he should have been like, he's not early game boss like in Junon. Like, it's not early. You go through the grasslands. You go through, what's it called? Of the major bosses, what is it? You go through the Midgard-Zolom, right? Excluding the Fiends, you go through the Midgard-Zolom. You go through Reno and Elena, and the Golem, Mithril Golem. You go through Terror of the Deep, and then you go through Reno. So he's like, not chapter 5, but he's like the 5th main boss. But I feel like they could have made him like an early boss for the next game, like, and that's when he degradates, and that's when he heads to the North Crater. That's when you see him again and all that. But I mean, I like the battle in Nibelheim. He ends up replicating more of Sephiroth from the last game, and Sephiroth now has just got some new shit. Has the meteor shots, like a reference to Zack or something. Yeah, it's insane. Like, in Zack's world, what happened? Like, obviously it's like a fragmented timeline, but like, what happens to that Cloud? What happens to that Aerith? Like, Cloud wakes up out of the wheelchair and he's in his regular garms, but the Cloud that we left off with in Zack's timeline, he had the other garments. Like, what is he? I'm also waiting for this to end just to see if there's any extra cutscenes. But like, this game is insane. There is a fan project, Final Fantasy VII New Threat. I wonder if, granted, there's not a lot they can do with like certain things, but once the remake trilogy comes out, I'm curious if they'd be able to put the remake, like the retold story, in the format of Final Fantasy VII. That would be pretty fucking sick, in my opinion. I say that as if I've even finished New Threat, which I plan to start and finish that. But this game is insane. Yeah, so we got Tifa, so I'm assuming Aerith is meant to be the person who gets chosen, which makes sense. Some of these were just like boss battles upon boss battles upon boss battles, and I can't lie, I loved the game for it. Went from Abs and Don Caneo, so they've redone the Abs fight slightly. So it's like, yeah, he's weak to fire, but after a certain point, fire's just not going to work. So you just got to beat his ass. Fighting Rufus, fighting Rude and Elena. Going to the Temple of the Ancients, fighting Reno and Rude. And then fighting Sung and Elena. Sung was sick. Fighting the second class soldiers. So obviously, like, remake, third class, rebirth, second class. Next game's going to be nothing but first class soldiers, I assume. Or like first class substitutes, etc, etc. But oh my god. This game is something. This game is magical. I'll probably do like one more stream after this, and it's like I'll probably go through like Bahamut and Titan again. If not, I don't. Like, it is what it is. But maybe I'll do one more and we'll just go through all of the Gilgamesh stuff, which would be sick. Maybe we fight Gilgamesh one more time after all of it. Demon's Gate as well. Didn't think that'll come back. Red Dragon was a banging boss fight. I'm just gonna go through all the boss fights. The boss fights were sick. The regular grunts, like weirdly enough, dynamic difficulty. Some of the grunts were iffy. It's like either they take no damage or they die easy as fuck. The bosses I feel like were relatively well translated. The only thing I don't think was amazingly translated, at least within the laugh part, was the fact the elemental affinities for like Sephiroth Rebirth a bit aids, considering if you don't have a party that has the elemental affinities, like you just got to use, like if you don't have them at all, like I had the wildfire, I had like the special innate abilities, but if you didn't have those either, I'm pretty sure you'd be soft locked out of that match, like out of that boss fight, because there's nothing you can do. You have to hurt him, or at least you have to destroy or it will take a very, 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 very long time to beat it. And then Heartless Angel, like completely incapacitating you, bit gross. Rest of this though was insane. Everything after the Temple of the Ancients was a spectacle. Whether you love it or not, you have to agree it's hype. It delivers on what it wants. It delivers on the whisper grunts. You get to beat the shit out of some whispers, because no one likes the whispers unless they're used correctly. When this time it's like it's actually decent, because it's like, oh, Sephiroth is intervening with fate. Like he's trying to stop certain party members from doing certain things to get what he wants. And regardless, like, yeah, the White Whisper's helping. It's sort of like Aerith is sort of helping, like, kind of. But, you know, it's something. It's a spectacle. You think Cloud saves Aerith? Apparently he doesn't. Which is, I don't know, something. Like then they fight Life Clinger, so it's like, yeah, they make it like you see that he saves her, but then quick Genova, they didn't save him. Then obviously you fight the Genova, but then after this, like Zack comes through, he touches Cloud, I don't know, moves a little bit. Sephiroth comes through, they fight. I can't lie, the best bit of this entire thing, Zack and Cloud fighting Sephiroth. Obviously, you've got Bizarro, so I assume Bizarro's not going to be in the next game. They're just going to have, like, a different version of Sephiroth. They've got like maybe a whole new thing. I might just go Sephiroth, then Safer, and then just something new, and then finish off with the exact same way, Omni Slash. I'm gonna have to replay this as well because I've low-key looked at it and I'm like, I didn't get to max out the party even when I did all the side quests and stuff. What could I have done? Like, not really anything. I don't know, man. Like, I couldn't get to level 3. I didn't get to see any of the level 3 limit breaks. Bit sad, but you know. Like, this entire game, I add dynamic difficulty. I don't know how hard it is. Like, is level 3 limit break meant to be like a post-game thing? Was I meant to, like, was I able to achieve it? Granted, like, there's one side quest that's glitched as fuck, but like, I feel like I did like not overdo, but I definitely overshot some things where I'm like, oh, like I'm like at least like 3 levels higher than what I'm meant to be. So, you know, what goes on with that? But I don't know. There's some things in this game where I'm like, I don't get it, but there's a lot that I do get. And the stuff that I get, I like. And the stuff that I don't get, I'm a little questionable about it, but I'm all over the place. But this game is, I can understand, like, if it wins Game of the Year, understandable. It's an 100-hour game. It's content-packed. It's story-based. Everyone will have a different experience, like different team comps. Some comps is obviously like mandatory, and some things aren't. So people have a different experience. Either you go for the side quest, you don't. You get certain weapons, you don't. Like certain things. I can also understand why people would say it isn't, because obviously, oh, it's like, does the game stand on its own? Kind of, because unless you know, like, obviously you can play the game without playing the the other games, but would I recommend it? Not really. I'd always say, as a person who started with Remake to get into the series, I went back and I played Final Fantasy VII, but I also sort of, I think like way back a day before I even played Final Fantasy, like I watched Advent Children, or like Advent Children Complete, or I saw clips, and I sort of like saw like the FMVs of like Crisis Core and all of that stuff, but I don't know, man. Like, play the original, have the OG original story, play Remake, chapter select, obviously. A hard mode is now available. No items, rest spots can only recover HP. So there's actually, dynamic's the hard of regular. I don't know if I should recommend dynamic then, if hard's already there, but yeah. After completing the main scenario, accessible log, gold source companion, you can pick anyone, close enough relationship to Cloud, combat simulators meeting certain requirements upon salvaging quests will unlock a unique, featuring Sephiroth and Zack. Oh my days. But this game's insane. This game is insane. I need to go to the toilet. I'll be right back. But you know what? Actually, we'll actually end it there. This game's incredible. Would I recommend it? Yeah. Am I going to replay this game off camera? Absolutely. Or off stream? Yeah. My name's Chill Urameshi. To those who watch this retroactively, to the few viewers who are actually here during some of these streams, whether they pop in or out, to the people who subscribe from this, thank you. People who think, like, this guy's just chatting shit, thank you. You're actually engaging. I don't care what you say. I do, but thanks, you know? Thanks for joining me on this journey. It's been fun. First streaming series. Complete. Well, second, really, but I had fun. Leading up to it, I wasn't super consistent on when I wanted to play this game. There was a time where I was just not in the country, which was a different matter in itself, but I'll be more consistent. I want to talk a bit more about Final Fantasy within April and like early May. Maybe play Final Fantasy VII, the original, with some mods, make it like nice and spiffy. Maybe like new threat or something, but I want to talk about this game. I want to show my opinion. I want to share my opinions on this game. I want to hear other people's opinions on this game. Let me know, because I'm curious. If you've played the game, if you've only watched the game, if you've only heard about the game, if you've only heard reviews, if you've watched other people play it like Maximilian Dude, Blitz, and fucking Caleb Hart, those are some people who I know that are just like really not big Final Fantasy 7, because I don't think Final Fantasy 7 does massive in on YouTube or Twitch or whatnot, but those are some people who I follow, at least, that I keep up with. Or at least I'm trying, at least I attempt to. But people like them, like, I want to know their opinions on the game. I want to know, like, deep down, people who read the fucking books of Final Fantasy 7, play all the games, and, like, know all the interviews and shit. I want to hear their opinions. I want to know people who haven't done that much. People who just play the game, and some people who just know about it. I want to hear all the opinions and all that jazz. But yeah, let me end it off on the highest notes of high. My name's Chill Urameshi. If you're part of Team Urameshi, you know the drill. And if you're not, know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, etc., etc. Basically what everyone else tells you to do. I hope you enjoyed it here. Hopefully I'll see you again. But if not, take it easy. Safe.